what do you think it means if she seems interested on a date but is a really bad texter? I think this is a case of you interpreting interest versus the actual interest. So it's like interpreted interest versus actual interest. There's two things here, two things at play. And I'm not saying this necessarily means that like she's not interested. She could also just be slow to respond. Like ultimately, I think some people are just slower texters. They're not on their phone as much. A lot of people are always on their phones, and if somebody is a bad texter, it just means they forgot to respond, or they just like didn't see the message, and then time went on or time went by and like they just literally forgot, or something else came up. Like we always have these notifications that pop up and we see something else, and then we go to get distracted to something else or an email, and then we're like, oh shit, we forgot to do that thing, and then we run away from the thing, and like hours go by and you're like, oh, I forgot to respond to that text. And like this happens a lot to a lot of people, so that could also be just what's going on. But she also could be not that interested. Like there are two things that are potentially possible here. And I think it's like how girls are always like, if he wanted to, he would. Like if he wanted to buy you a boat to show you how much he loved you, he would. I think that's true here too. Like if she is interested, she will show her level of interest by responding, by keeping the conversation going, by asking questions, by responding to your ask for the next date. And that's the actual interest versus the interpreted interest of you having to determine like if she's actually interested. Does she want to see me again? Is she into this? Is she excited? Is she matching my energy? Is she matching the vibe? Having to interpret all of that is really hard because there's a lot at play when you're starting to date or you're starting to see someone. They could also be seeing other people. They could be getting out of something. They could be seeing somebody else at the same time. Like it's hard to see or hard to know what is what at first. They could also be playing hard to get. Like I don't like that. I don't think there's enough time in life to be playing hard to get with people, but like people play hard to get all the time. I'm not one of those people, as you can see, but I think people do that and they don't want to like respond and look too eager to respond or too into you because you also could not be into that person. You could also be seeing other people at the same time. So they could also be protecting themselves in a way by not responding quickly. Like there are so many things. So I think instead of trying to interpret interest, you should just look at the actual interest. Is she responding? Is she meeting your energy? Is she excited? Are the dates good? Are you going on a next date? Is it planned? Is she like excited about the plan? Is she confirming? Like there are ways to see interest versus just thinking about interest. And these like mixed signals are some of the most confusing parts about early dating because there is no one answer to this situation. Like it is not black and white because everybody has different reasons as to what they're doing and what's going on in their lives and their careers and their families and their work and their blah. Like everybody has so much going on. So it's just hard to determine it yourself. So with all that said, like the best way to answer this is to see how she replies and stop trying to make sense of it all on your own. And stop trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle together without her. Like use the context clues and the actual information and the historical data of the relationship so far to see the interest, to see if she's interested. And stop trying to solve the puzzle on your own because it really can feel like some pieces got loose or like something jiggled off and you're like, how did that piece like leave the puzzle? Because it just got there. Like I just put that together. So how did it separate on its own? Like it can feel so confusing when you're trying to do it on your own. And dating is not a one-man thing. Like you're not doing it on your own. So use what the other person is giving you to determine it, you know? I think I tried to say that better than I did, but like what I mean is that trying to decipher everything by yourself when this is a two-person game is impossible and it doesn't make any sense to try and do on your own. So like just use what is in front of you and like the actual responses or like I'm not a big proponent of like if she responded 30 minutes later versus like 3 hours later, like what does that mean? What does that mean? Like it could mean a million different things. So I think the timing doesn't matter as much as is she actually interested? Is she replying? Is she asking you questions? Are her responses like yeah or like cool, or like, okay, versus like, wow, that's so cool. Like, what about this? Or like, wow, that's so awesome. Like, I love to hear that. And are you doing this? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, is she keeping the conversation going, or is she stopping it? Is she stalling it? Is it one-sided, or is it two ways?